Welcome back to The Explainer. We've hit a massive milestone today. We're stepping right out of the theoretical and into a very, very tangible future, the year 2030. Just a few short years ago, predicting the future of business felt, well, relatively straightforward. But with the crazy acceleration of artificial intelligence, the stakes have fundamentally changed. We aren't just looking at some mild software update here. We're looking at a completely different business landscape. We thought we knew exactly how companies would evolve, but that terrain has shifted entirely. So today, we're exploring the ultimate destination of this journey, the post-AI organization. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Now, 25 explainers ago, at the very beginning of this series, we opened with one core puzzle. What does a strategic company actually look like? We really thought we had the answer to that. But let's be real, the traditional playbooks were effectively torn up the second generative AI went mainstream. So it's time to answer that question again, only this time we aren't just guessing. We're answering it armed with the structural foundations we've built along this entire journey together. We are going to map out exactly what survival, and honestly market dominance, looks like in the years ahead.
But to truly understand where we're going, we first have to shatter a massive misconception. Right now, there's this big assumption that the company of the future is simply the one with the biggest pile of AI software. But think about it. Having the most AI tools is essentially like buying the most expensive, top-tier paintbrushes and expecting to automatically become Picasso. It just doesn't work that way, because software tools commoditize. Eventually, everyone gets access to the exact same foundational models. You absolutely cannot build a lasting advantage on something your competitor can just rent for $20 a month. Instead, the organizations that actually win are defined by 5 foundational, deeply human strategic characteristics.
The first characteristic of this winning organization is a relentless focus on solving actual business problems, rather than just chasing the latest AI trend. It's incredibly tempting to just throw a flashy chatbot onto a company homepage to signal to investors or the press that, hey, we're doing AI, but that's a purely tactical reaction. A truly strategic organization absolutely knows the difference. When they make an AI decision, it is surgically precise. They're looking at severe supply chain waste or massive bottlenecks in customer onboarding, and they deploy technology strictly to solve those specific friction points. Every single implementation traces directly back to a measurable business outcome, cutting right through all the hype.
And this naturally leads to the second characteristic which defines what a true competitive moat actually looks like in 2030. If your only advantage is a licensed model that anyone with a corporate credit card can access, you're essentially standing behind a paper wall. Our real, defensive castle is built on proprietary data and deep workflow knowledge. It's the messy, incredibly specific internal information, the years of customer interactions, the totally unique ways your fulfillment centers operate, the unwritten rules of your product development that forms your true asset. When you combine that unique internal knowledge with AI, you create a defensive wall your competitors simply cannot cross.
Which brings us to a fundamental shift in how teams are actually built, and that is our third characteristic. By 2030, the organizational chart flips completely. Right now, so much human effort is spent on raw execution and data processing. But moving forward, strategic companies place their human talent exactly where human wisdom undeniably beats artificial intelligence. We're talking about deep empathy in client relationships, navigating incredibly complex ethical decisions, and charting high-level creative strategy. Humans are moved to the absolute center of judgment, while AI is leveraged to handle the tedious execution and coordination at a massive frictionless scale.
Now, characteristic number 4 focuses on how these companies maintain their velocity. A post-AI organization relies on a level of clear governance that actually empowers incredible speed. To put that into perspective, imagine a scenario where an AI tool suddenly starts hallucinating false customer data. An unprepared company instantly spirals into crisis mode. Literally everything halts while they scramble to figure out who's responsible. It's a tangled mess. A strategic company, however, has an instant protocol to isolate the system, review the outputs, and push a fix. They aren't discovering hard questions in the middle of a crisis. They answered those questions way in advance, giving them an open road to move rapidly without fear.
The final characteristic is perhaps the most vital, because it's entirely about the people who make the company run. Let's acknowledge the reality right now. There is a palpable, vague anxiety sweeping through the workforce. People are worried about what these changes mean for their livelihoods. In 2030, the ultimate leadership superpower is maintaining an honest, specific narrative. Leaders in these organizations are radically transparent. They tell their teams exactly which daily tasks are going to be automated, and crucially, they clearly outline exactly what new skills employees need to develop to stay valuable. They replace the dread of the unknown with crystal clear direction.
So, when you bring all 5 of those characteristics together, you step inside what is genuinely different about the future of work.
you enter the agentic enterprise. And this isn't just a corporate buzzword, it's a total transformation of what a Tuesday morning feels like at the office. Instead of sitting down to act as a typist or a simple task executor, human workers transition into managers of microsystems. You're essentially orchestrating a team of digital agents. You use your judgment to approve their work, guide their parameters, and align them with the company's broader goals. This is the new baseline for professional life, where you manage the entire process rather than just cranking the gears yourself.
So, in a world where everyone has access to incredible AI agents, where exactly does your competitive edge come from? Well, the answer is vertical depth. Building a generic, horizontal capability, like an AI that can write perfectly average marketing copy for absolutely any industry, provides very little lasting value. But imagine an AI trained exclusively on 20 years of highly sensitive aerospace engineering schematics, specifically designed to predict microscopic engine failures before they happen. That is vertical depth. It's applying your proprietary data to the incredibly specific niche problems of one single industry. And that is where the undeniable, highly lucrative value lives in 2030.
Ultimately, this technological shift acts as a great filter for the corporate world. The companies that remain standing as undisputed leaders in 2030 will be the ones who recognize this moment for what it truly is, a massive strategy and leadership challenge. The organizations that will fail, and fail rapidly by the way, are the ones who mistakenly treat this transition as just another standard IT procurement decision. If leadership thinks surviving the AI revolution is as simple as buying a new suite of office software, they are making a fatal error. It's about redefining leadership, culture, and company structure from the ground up.
Now, if you followed this series from our very first explainer, we didn't just learn a few new terms together. We built a comprehensive, hard-earned foundation. You are now fully equipped with the strategic lenses required to view this chaotic market clearly. You have the leadership practices to guide your teams through the anxiety of transition, a solid grasp of how these tools apply specifically to different industries, and a deep understanding of the new competitive dynamics. You are walking away with a complete toolkit to actively build the post-AI landscape, rather than just passively reacting to it.
I want to leave you with a profound realization to carry forward. The tools will keep changing every few months, that's guaranteed. The frameworks won't, because they're about how to think, not what to buy. That encapsulates everything we've set out to achieve in this entire business strategy and AI adoption series. Please make sure to subscribe to Uplatz for more deep dives. And hey, if you're just joining us here at the end, go right back to Explainer 1 and start building your framework. But before you go, I want to ask you one final thing. As you look at your own organization today, are you just collecting tools, or are you building the strategic engine of 2030? The clock is already ticking. Thank you so much for learning with us.